It sounds like you are aware they are Scientologists.
Yeah.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I just wanted to see what they would say.
Okay.
But he denied it.
They denied it.
He said they were not Scientologists.
Okay.
But they own the rights to the book.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah, I know.
yeah,
He also knew what's his name.
L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah, the woman.
No. He knew another guy, Crowley, who was into sex magic and stuff. He was into some of that stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, he wasn't. He knew him. I'm like, yeah, they were in together.
Yeah, that woman that gave you the stress test.
Oh, I know.
She's a Sea Org member. She signed a billion-year contract.
I know. And she denied the volcano and the aliens.
Yeah. Oh.
Science. South Park is a cartoon. Yeah, but they hit it on. No, science is South Park is a cartoon. Okay. I've been around.
So she kept talking to you even though.
Yeah.
Even though you made it clear that you knew it was all bullshit.
That was very nice.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a good one to be there. He's very hard of hearing. He couldn't hear anything I was saying.
Oh,
No,
okay.
they're very nice people, but honestly, when it's a science fiction writer
Yeah.
that was hard up for money starts doing this, let's be honest, anyone can make a cult, and he did.
Well, he said himself, if you want to get rich, you start a religion.
Exactly, and I told him, I was like, to be honest with you, your organization really shouldn't have Tom Cruise as its spokesman, because he just doesn't do a great job. He's kind of,
Yeah.
he's really not the best spokesman.
Right.
For,
He's not a good representation of
No.
Scientology.
No, great guy, I'm sure. And like, and the guy that's running it now, oh yes, well, I've met him before. Like, yeah, well, I hear he's not nice. Well, I've met him. I'm like, well, I'm sure he's a nice guy to you, but you know.
Yeah. Well, from the stories I've heard, L. Ron Hubbard was no saint, but David Miscavige is even worse.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I'm not worried about
He likes to go mess with them, and
Okay.
he made me go with him.
it. Yeah, I
Okay.
did.
All right.
Which is
But
great.
it kind of irritated me because he was telling me, because I was like, I want to read some of this book, and he brought up the part on psychosomatic illness, which within the first page I found contradiction, but basically it was telling me my cancer, I created it myself with my brain.
So, no, I said, well, the mind, it can do, he was blind by the military, by injuries, and his leg was crippled. I'm like, yeah, it's called being menboarded out, I know. Like, but the thing is, you can have something where your mind will block out your vision, so I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
I'm like, but here's the thing, if I break my pinky, that's not my mind. It's physically broken.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, no, that won't do that. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but it's psychosomatic. I'm like, trust me, you can block out pain, you can block out a lot of things.
But it was, in one thing it said everything is psychosomatic, but then it got into genetics and how that doesn't really fall under there.
Well, I asked about the aliens getting dropped in the volcano, and they said the volcano is more like, it's just showing that it's following, it's some, I forget what they said.
Well, she hasn't been exposed to the secret of Xenu and the body thetans.
Oh, yes.
She hasn't progressed. She doesn't officially know.
That's sad. I need to start a cult. That's what I need to do.
Yeah. But in the book, if you had bought the book, it has a part where a 7-year-old girl should not mind being passionately kissed by an adult man. Because after all, she's an ancient being in a small body. They believe in reincarnation.
Don't worry. We're going to make pedophilia a legal thing soon someday.
Yeah.
But what do I know? My thing is I really don't care. And the fact if you have to pay to get in, first of all, salvation is free to every man and woman and child because it should be. We're all even. We're all equal.
Okay. Yeah. If you're a Christian, you can't be a Scientologist. They'll tell you can be until you can't.
Because they don't deal with religion.
We're not.
But they believe in reincarnation. You can't be a Christian.
Buddhist, and I said, well, I was like,
how do they believe in reincarnation?
Because of Buddhism and Taoism. Because he studied all that. I'm like, I'm sure he did. From a textbook.
But they're not of any faith. It's all about your mind.
But here's the thing. I said, well, those are all cyclical in nature because it's basically rinse, lather, repeat, rinse, lather, repeat. So I said, if something is man-made, you'll be able to spot the flaws and pick it out and find out that it's got flaws because it's man-made. If it's not man-made and it is of divine nature, it will not fall on itself.
Yeah.
But, oh, well, no, we totally agree. No, you really don't. I hate to say it. I said to her also, I was like, yeah, I've got a meeting with some missionaries here this Wednesday. These little young 20-some-year-olds. I'm like, don't send a young person to do an old man's job. I'm like, they really don't know any better. I was kind of hinting, I don't know if you got it. You really don't know who you're talking to.
Okay, well, the Mormons do that.
They do. That's what I'm saying. I was making fun of her. But I was saying that I'm meeting with these sheep, these deer in the headlights. I was making reference to her too, but she didn't catch that I was basically saying, you really don't know what you're talking about, lady.
Yeah.
You don't know who you're talking to. I know more than you do.
Yeah.
But let them do their thing. You know, hey.
Yeah. Well, she's about 40 years old. She's been in their Sea Org since about the age of 20.
Because she doesn't know any better. And she's been brainwashed to believe that's the way it is.
Yep.
It's really quite sad.
Yeah, it is sad. But the reason I'm doing this is because of what they do to kids. Because that auditing that you had a little stress test, that's their...
We saw some high school kids there over at the Independence, San Calio. And I see a young high school girl, oh yeah, well my classes are stressful. I'm like...
So they wrote kids in with that?
Well, they actually have this auditing, it's kind of like part of a lie detector, what it is. I mean, when you get tense, you squeeze the cans and your skin resistance goes down. So the needle twitches.
Mine was going,
so
mine was kind of level. When I was looking at the volcano and it went up, what were you thinking about that right there? I was actually literally looking at this volcano thing, wondering who printed it. Because that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what your little meter is, and it's not.
Yeah. Well, the problem is adults. That's fine, but they put kids on it. At 6-year-olds, they have a whole long list of invasive questions. You know, so you let a 6-year-old, if they stole some cookies out of the cookie jar and got away with it, well, let them get away with it.
Right.
But when they get even older, they have the kids doing the auditing of adults, and they may be discussing topics of a very adult nature.
And that makes them uncomfortable.
Well, there are some adults who prefer that.
I'm sorry.
Not appropriate.
Yeah.
No.
Not appropriate. So, I mean, if an adult wants to believe in some silly science fiction story, I mean, I guess
sure it's a great
that's
novel.
right.
You've got enough novels there on your thing. I see them there. No one's buying them.
Yeah. No, I got a copy of Battlefield Earth and tried to read it. I didn't get very far. It was like...
Just watch the movie. That's just as bad.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to go down to...
the trash can?
No.
Oh, sorry.
18th and Grand, so I can take their course on how to get off my medicine.
Oh, we should both go. I'll have them talk to me about my PTSD.
I
won't have to go see a
get off
therapist
my
anymore.
cancer meds because my mind will heal me.
Oh, it's like, oh yeah, what'd you do? I'm like, oh, we moved your daughter back in. Oh, I can see it spiking there. I'm like, yeah, it is stressful. You think? When did you first start feeling stressed? Whenever I started dealing with people. So people make you stressed? Like, yeah, I'm stressing.
Well, people can be stressful, yes.
It's like, what are you kidding me? Let's be more generic about everything.
The questions, he's like, I was just sitting there, not doing anything, and the needle's moving.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, you're stressed. What are you?
I was thinking about sarsaparilla. I was like looking at, oh, there it goes. I'm like, I was thinking about.
I was like, I wasn't thinking
right
of anything.
Yeah, it's basically a recruiting tool. And
I know.
they also have personality tests. And you answer 200 questions, and they'll find your ruin.
Is it like a Scantron?
No, you answer a bunch of questions.
Oh, because the Scantron would make it like it was.
Yeah, nothing quite like that.
Oh, darn,
you can actually take their test online, but I hope you didn't give your real info to them.
I didn't give him any
That's
info.
my name. That's it. I don't care.
That first name.
Well, if they can figure out what your address is, you'll be getting mail for the next billion years.
That's okay. I will send reply mail back.
Yeah.
Kind of like Reverend Raoul.
Oh.
Stuff all their literature in the return envelope and send it back to them.
Thing. Whenever I go camping, I need kindling. Especially for starting fires. It means I've got to pay money for it.
Well, if you're okay with that.
Saves me money.
Yep.
No,
that's one way to look at it.
For anything but our first names.
Yeah, like, there you go.
All right. All right, well, thanks for talking.